Blockchain is essentially a digital ledger of transactions that is duplicated and distributed across the entire network of computer systems on the blockchain. Don't worry, it's much simpler than it sounds. After watching this video, you will have a basic knowledge about the blockchain technology and how it works. At Finance Doc, we will be sharing more explanation videos related to cryptocurrencies, trading, forex and many more. So watch this video till the end and hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon to get notifications for our future videos. So let's begin the video. When a financial fraud takes place, there is a possibility of black money being involved in it. This kind of information does get stored in certain databases. But, we are not able to access such kind of information because of mainly two reasons. We do not have proper access to the database. Anybody can change the database at any point of time. So it is not at all reliable. That's why, we need a database that is decentralized and also very hard or nearly impossible to tamper with, then we can very easily trust it. Such a reliable system is blockchain. The invention of blockchain took place in 1991, but it was implemented for the first time in 2009, when an anonymous developer, Satoshi Nakamoto, created Bitcoin with the help of the blockchain system. It was the dawn of the onset of cryptocurrency that has bloomed all around the world today. We have already shared a video on Satoshi Nakamoto. If you haven't watched the video yet, click on the I button at the top right corner of the screen. To understand the basic concept of blockchain in simple terms, let's take the example of a grocery, where the shopkeeper keeps the records of his daily business in a record book called ledger. We can say that blockchain is like that ledger book and each block of it has the record in it. Blockchain is the chain of the blocks, or we can say of the records. In a single block there are some information or data saved. The first thing that is stored in the blockchain is relevant information. Like for Bitcoin, it will be the information about the transaction, like who is the sender, who is the receiver. Likewise, it varies depending on the purpose of the usage. The second thing that is stored in the blockchain is hash. We can consider hash as unique and secured as the fingerprint. In a blockchain, whenever an information is stored, it generates a unique code called hash. The third thing that is stored in the blockchain is previous hash, which means that the hash of the previous block gets saved on the next block, and this process continues in a chain system. In the blockchain, the first existing block that does not contain the hash of any previous block is called the Genesis block. This way we can track the history of the block that actually helps us to track the information, keeping it unique and making it very difficult to tamper with. This very thing makes the blockchain very safe and secured. Let's find out how actually all these make the blockchain almost impossible to tamper with, through the following example. A chain of 3 blocks can be seen here. As you can see, every block has its own hash as well as the hash of the one before it. Block number 3 so points to block number 2, and block number 2 to block number 1. The first block is little different because, being the first block, it cannot point to any earlier block. This is the so-called Genesis block. Let's assume that you alter the second block. Now, the block's hash is also changed as a result of this tamper. Due to which, block 3 and all succeeding blocks will no longer store a valid hash of the prior block, rendering them invalid. Therefore, altering a single block invalidates all subsequent blocks. Now, if we think to change the hash of all the next blocks, then it will take a hell lot of time beyond your imaginations. In Bitcoin's blockchain, to change the hash of one block it takes 10 minutes, so if there are 10 million blocks in a blockchain, to change them you will be taking almost 200 years. A new block might be created considerably more quickly than 10 minutes thanks to modern-day lightning-fast computers. The idea of proof of work is present in blockchain technology to entirely eliminate this issue. This mechanism slows the production of additional blocks. In the case of Bitcoin, calculating the necessary proof of work and adding a new block to the blockchain typically takes roughly 10 minutes. Blockchains uses a decentralized peer-to-peer network and anyone is allowed to join. When someone joins this network, he gets the full copy of the blockchain through which he can check that everything is still in order or not. If someone creates a new block, that is sent to everyone on the network. Each node then verifies the block to make sure that it hasn't been tampered with. If majority grants the permission, then only the changes will be made, otherwise, it gets rejected. This way of voting in the blockchain is called the consensus rule. That is why it is very difficult to tamper with information on the block. Just imagine if you want to make any changes in the block, first you will have to invest time because of proof of work, then share it in the network, and after majority of the people vote in favor of the change, then only the information will be added in the blockchain. In other words, we can say that you will have to invest a lot of time, you will have to own more than 50% of the network to enjoy the majority voting, then only you might succeed in tampering the data. Blockchain is being used in different domains, the booming one being cryptocurrency. Apart from this, it can also be used in domains like real estate for notaries, as it can store various records about both buying and selling. In the hospital management system, it can be used to store the patient's records and doctors can easily access the secured information. Constant evolution of the new technology means new features are getting added even as we speak. One such feature is smart contracts, which are simply programs stored on a blockchain that run when predetermined conditions are met. We will discuss them in our upcoming videos.
Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on our upcoming videos.